Y'all, I'm here to recap the atrocities. I don't even know. I was talking. I'm here to recap the New Orleans Saints 18-17 loss to the Green Bay Packers. You see the jersey I'm wearing? See the jersey I'm wearing? I hope y'all saw that. You see the jersey I'm wearing? This is a man who deserves better. This is a man who deserves better. Derek Carr got injured today. And I'm just going to recap the game. We lose 18-17 to the Packers after going up by 17. Derek Carr was 13 of 18, 103 yards, 5.7 average, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. Got sacked 3 times with a loss of 21 yards and an RTG of 104.6. Dude. Derek Carr got injured. Derek Carr got injured. Yes. Derek Carr got injured. And then Jameis Winston, when he came into the game, didn't do that better. Jameis Winston didn't do a thing. All he did, interception, Chargers are going to beat the Vikings. He intercepted that. But where are y'all Jameis fans? I was a Jameis fan, and I still am a Jameis fan, but he didn't do better. Jameis Winston was 10 of 16, 101 yards, 6.3 average, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 1 sack for a loss of 8, and an 80.5 RTG. And you know what? I'm just going to do this. Because there is no way we lost by a single point to the Packers. But I just can't believe this. Okay? I'm gonna move it all over here. Now to the rushing. Kendre Miller played pretty good. He had 9 carries for 34 yards, 3.8 average, 0 touchdowns. Played pretty good. Tony Jones Jr., 8 carries, 31 yards, 3.9 average, 0 touchdowns. Taysom Hill, why did we not put him in more? Taysom Hill had 4 carries for 12 yards, 3 yards a carry, 0 touchdowns. And Rashid Shaheed had 1 carry for 0 yards, 0 yards a carry, 0 touchdowns. Receiving, Chris Olave did his thing. Chris Olave had 8 receptions, 104 yards, 13 yards to catch, 0 touchdowns. Chris Olave, you deserve better. Michael Thomas, when he was throwing the ball, he was efficient. 6 receptions, 50 yards, 8.3 yards to catch, 0 touchdowns. Good stuff. Tony Jones Jr., 4 receptions, 21 yards, 5.2 yards to catch, 0 touchdowns. Pretty good. Here's the guy I'm disappointed about. And it's not on him. Juwan Johnson had 2 receptions for 12 yards, 6 yards to catch, 0 touchdowns. Can you explain to me why? He was open a lot of the time, and Jameis Winston couldn't get his head out of his ass and kept throwing it to somebody else. Johnson's wide open. What are you doing? And Taysom Hill had 1 reception for 9 yards to catch, 0 touchdowns. But I'm getting to that other tight end. Jimmy Graham, 1 reception, 8 yards to catch, 1 touchdown. Jimmy Graham is back in New Orleans like he never left. My dog. And Kendre Miller, 1 reception, 0 yards to catch, 0 touchdowns. Okay. Alright. Defensively, our defense, other than Alontae Taylor being stupid, was P. Werner had 7 tackles, 4 assists. Alontae Taylor, 5 tackles and 1 sack. Other than that, he did nothing. Marshawn Lattimore, they did not throw his way at all. 4 tackles, 3 assists. Isaiah Foskey, 3 tackles, 1 assist. Carl Granderson, who we just paid, 2 tackles, 2 assists. Isaac Yiadom, 2 tackles, 2 assists. Tyrann Mathieu, 2 tackles, 1 assist. Should have had an interception. Isaac Yiadom should have had 2 picks, but Brian Breeze, 2 tackles. Jordan Howden, 1 tackle, 3 assists. Demario Davis had 1 tackle and 2 assists. Nathan Shepard, 1 tackle, 1 assist. Malcolm Roach had 1 tackle. Colin Saunders had 2 assists. Lonnie Johnson Jr. had 1 assist and 1 interception. Kick returns. Rashid Shaheed had 2 returns for 32 yards, 16 yards return, and 0 touchdowns. But wait. Punt returns. Punt returns. Rashid Shaheed, 1 return, 76 yards of return, 1 touchdown. Rashid Shaheed's first punt return touchdown of his career, and first punt return touchdown for the Saints since Hardy left. No, way before Hardy left. He was even on this team last time. Alright, kicking the ball wise. Blake Grupe was 1 for 2, 50%. His longest was a 25-yarder and had 5 points. Blake Grupe, I'm not trying to be too harsh on you, but you missed the game-winning field goal. It was a chip shot. It may have not been like a short field goal, but you hit a 50-yard. You nearly hit a 60-yarder in preseason, and now you forgot how to kick a game winner. Grupe, wake up. Wake up. Please. And Lou Hedley had 7 punts for 293 yards because our offense couldn't move the damn ball. 41.9 yards a punt and 2 punts inside the 20 at Lambeau Field. That was terrible. Packers side of things. Jordan Love was 22 of 44, 259 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Rushing the ball wise, Jordan Love was their number 1 rusher. Because Alontae Taylor, other than that 1 sack, couldn't get him. The defensive line couldn't get him. The safeties couldn't get him. So Jordan Love had 9 carries for 39 yards. 4.3 yards a run, 1 touchdown. That's unacceptable. He's a quarterback. And that man's running for his life. That man was running for his life, and we could not sack him more than 1 time. And that 1 sack was nearly not counted because he threw the ball, but then they marked forward progress. Are you serious now? And then A.J. Dillon, other than that, we shut down the run game. A.J. Dillon had 11 carries for 33 yards, 3 yards a carry, 0 touchdowns. Keyshawn Nixon, 1 carry for 11 yards a carry, 0 touchdowns. Patrick Taylor Jr., who came in on like 3rd and 1s, had 3 carries for 6 yards, 2 yards a carry, 0 touchdowns. And then Emmanuel Wilson, whoever he is, had 2 carries for 6 yards, 3 yards a carry, 0 touchdowns. Terrible. Then receiving, Alontae Taylor, you had a good game, but didn't have a good game at the same time. Because Romeo Doubs had 5 receptions for 73 yards, 14.6 yards a catch, and 1 touchdown. Unacceptable. Jayden Reed, 3 receptions, 63 yards, 21 yards a catch, 0 touchdowns. Luke Musgrave, who was balling against us, had 6 receptions, 49 yards, 21 yards a catch, and 0 touchdowns. By the way, Broncos fans, I'm sorry. Dolphins dropped 70 on y'all. I'm just saying. Tua just went crazy. But back to this game. Dontavian Wicks, 4 receptions, 45 yards, 11.2 yards a catch, 0 touchdowns. Patrick Taylor Jr., carving us up in the receiving game, had 3 receptions, 23 yards, 7.7 yards a catch, 0 touchdowns. Emmanuel Wilson, 1 reception, 6 yards a catch, 0 touchdowns. Sucked. Defensively, Rudy Ford, 6 tackles, 1 assist. Isaiah McDuffie, 5 tackles, 1 assist. Darnell Savage Jr., 5 tackles, 1 assist. Quay Walker, 4 tackles, 3 assists. Everything was terrible. Corey Ballantyne, 4 tackles. Kenny Clark, 3 tackles, 1 assist, and a sack. Kenny Enagbear, 3 tackles, 1 assist. Rashawn Gary, 3 tackles, and 3 sacks. He was 3 of the 4 sacks, and he's a linebacker. Keyshawn Nixon, 3 tackles. Rasul Douglas, 2 tackles. TJ Slayton, 1 tackle, 1 assist. Devontae Wyatt, 1 tackle, 1 assist. Lucas Van Ness, 1 tackle. Eric Wilson, 1 tackle. Justin Hollins, 2 assists. Preston Smith, 1 assist. Carl Brooks, nothing. Okay. Carl Brooks, 0. Okay, never mind. Then their kick returns. Keyshawn Nixon had 1 return for 24 yards. 24 yards return, 0 touchdowns. Punt returns. Jaden Reed had 2 returns for 4 yards. 2 yards return, 0 touchdowns. Keyshawn Nixon, 1 return. Kicking the ball wise. Anders Carlson, 1 for 1, 100%. His longest was a 38-yarder and had 4 points. Then their punting game. Daniel Whelan, 4 punts, 153 yards, 38.3 yards a punt, and 2 inside the 20. Now let's go over team stats. The Saints had 252 total yards. You want to know how much the Packers had? 340! You are not serious. The Saints had 175 passing yards combined from Derek Carr and Jameis Winston. You want to know how much Jordan Love had? 245. He outdid both of our quarterbacks. Rushing the ball, running the football. The Saints had 77 rushing yards. Packers had 95 rushing yards, and most of that was due to Jordan Love. The Saints averaged 4.2 yards per play. The Packers averaged 4.8 yards per play. The Saints had 15 first downs, while the Packers had 21 first downs. The Saints are 4 of 14 on third downs. The Packers were 6 of 18 on third downs. The Saints were 1 for 1 on 4th downs, while the Packers were 1 for 2 because the first 4th down attempt, they did something stupid. The Saints had 60 total plays, while the Packers had 71 total plays. The Saints allowed 4 sacks for the 3rd straight week, while the Packers allowed 1 sack. The Saints punted the ball 7 times, while the Packers only punted the ball 4 times. The Saints had 7 penalties for 102 yards. Most of that was due to the second half. While the Packers had 11 penalties for 90 yards. We were getting in their head. Just not enough. Man, the neighbors are probably screaming right now. Man, you already know, man. Just put in the towel. I'm just kidding. Don't put in the towel just yet. But the Saints, nobody fumbled the ball this game. The Saints had 0 interceptions thrown, but the Packers had 1 interception thrown, so that's good. While the Saints had the ball for 27 minutes and 25 seconds, the Packers had the ball for 32 minutes and 35 seconds. That's terrible! Damn. But, on to Tampa Bay. Dude. And if Derek Carr doesn't get injured, we win the game. The Packers scored every single point in the 4th quarter. In the 1st quarter, we outscored them 7-0. 2nd quarter, we outscored them 10-0. 3rd quarter, 0-0. 4th quarter, they outscored us 18-0, and they scored 18 points. So now we're 2-1 and they're 2-1. Thankfully, the Falcons lost. But that was unacceptable. That was an embarrassment. That was stupidity. That was everything you can think of. Alright?
Stop.
But y'all, I'm head out. I'm go apply for an offensive lineman position. So I'll see y'all. Hopefully I make the team as an offensive lineman. Bye.